And it looks like we are live. Okay. Hey, everybody. It's Credit Solutionist here, fixmyficonow.com. Also the author of the 90-Day Rapid Repair mini ebook. So glad that you all came for tonight's live stream. It's going to be a very, very, very good one. I have a special guest here that is a career development specialist. She is an HR extraordinaire. She's been doing resume writing for over 15 years. Okay. This is a long time, guys. All right. This is an expert that we're going to be talking to tonight. And she is also a fellow budding YouTuber such as myself. So this is going to be our first time going live on YouTube together. So I'm super excited about that. Now, if you are looking for any kind of advice with your career, if you are maybe one of those people that lost your job due to the sickness we do not speak of, tonight's show is absolutely for you. So whether you're on Facebook, YouTube, wherever you're at tonight, be sure to come in and say hello tonight. All right. I think my introduction's been long enough. And you might be sick of seeing my face. So without further ado, we are going to bring on my good new friend, Miss Mentor Shelly.
Hey, everybody. How you doing?
Hey.
What's up,
Oh my
y'all?
gosh. Hey, girlfriend. All right. So happy to see you on this Friday. And I know it's so late and I'm trying not to scream because it's about to be quiet hours here where I live. So we're going to try to keep it down on my end. However,
yes, we're going to keep it on and popping in here tonight. Yes. You hearing an HR professional get a little... We're gonna chill. We're gonna have a good time tonight, y'all.
We are. And check it out. We actually have another HR professional in the house right now. Don't mean to blow up your spot, girlfriend, but my friend Cynthia Minakuchi is in the house. She is another HR professional.
Yes.
And she's doing very big things for a very important company. So yes. Very proud of her progress for sure. All right. Now, Mentor Shelly, do not let me steal your shine, girlfriend. I want to start off by having the people here introduce yourself, tell them who you are, your expertise. Take it away, girl. I'll even mute myself.
Oh, wow. No need to do that. I am Mentor Shelly, you always hear me start my videos off this way, wanting to make sure that you become a better version of yourself professionally. Guys, I want to make sure that you have all your career tools in place. That means resumes, cover letters. You have all of your questions ready for interviews that you have. I want to make sure that you can go in that interview and not be completely nervous like Nervous Nelly, but go in that interview dominating and being able to not just be led in an interview, but be able to lead an interview. I want you to be able to get the career of your dreams, but I want to also make sure that as a mentor, I can provide or help you with the proper tools to make sure you can do that on your own, empower you to do that. And that's what I talk about on my channel. That's what I talk about on my blog, mentorshelly.com. Of course, the links of all of those things will be below. But I want to definitely hang out today with my good friend here, Miss Credit Solutionist. Want to make sure that we can share some, up to date, we hear about in the last few months, the Great Resignation. We're hearing about all these different things going on in the job market. We're hearing about overemployment. We're hearing about all kinds of things in the job market. So we're definitely going to have a good time talking about all of those today and seeing definitely how it can help you. So go ahead, Ms. Credit Solutionist. Ms. Credit Solutionist, I can't hear you. Take yourself off mute. Yes.
So you guys, when you come to this channel and I say I want you to shine, you are going to shine. And how about this? You hear the music, Mentor Shelly? Did nobody in the chat? Nobody in the chat told me that it was still on. You see how my friends do me? All right, we're gonna turn this off. Hold on, y'all. They ain't gonna get me like they got me last time. Have me talking that whole time. Y'all did me dirty.
That's all right. We keep it real right here. Keep it
It
real.
actually, it sounded cool because I kind of, I projected my voice a little bit, so it was good.
Yes.
Anybody that's in the chat, also feel free to share this with your friends because it's Friday night, y'all. And I know I
Yes.
ain't trying to say y'all ain't got nothing to do, but listen, if you know somebody that ain't doing nothing, this is going to be a powerful conversation. Okay, so we heard about your experience, your expertise. We have your links in the description and the chat. So let's talk about what you've seen in your current experience in the job market and in the job field. Like, have you been seeing an influx of people applying? Have you been seeing, that it's getting maybe not as robust as it used to be as far as the candidates? What are you seeing in the job market right now?
Well, depending on what sector of the job market you're talking about, if you're looking at the entry level industrial piece of things, there are people that they're applying for jobs, but we're also dealing with a different generation of folks that say, well, I don't like this, I'm not coming back. And don't tell you anything, just leave. You have that set of folks. Then you have the other set of folks that say, I want to work, but the job that I have is not paying me enough. What do I do? So you have those set of folks that are having frustrations. Some of those folks are doing two jobs, trying to make ends meet because the rising cost of everything, gas, food, you name it. So it just depends. Depending on the sector you're in, you're experiencing different things. If you are top brass talent, there's recruiters fighting for you right now. Let's put it to you guys this way. In the area that I live, whenever there is a leave management, benefit specialist, or HR generalist type of positions that come open in my area, I can almost guarantee at least 3 recruiters are reaching out to me.
Oh, wow.
Because not that, that yes, I am a professional. I am an HR professional, been in the industry for almost 20 years in different sectors, but because I have my information in the right places. Because recruiters, I hate to say it, love my HR recruiters, they lazy.
Oh boy.
Some of them are lazy.
Well, let's expound on that. What do you mean when you say that they are lazy?
They're lazy in the sense that, well, they want to find the best candidate the fastest so they can get their commission. Let's keep it.
Wow.
Now, listen, I can't speak for every recruiter. I just know there's some recruiters that are lazy. So where are they looking for candidates first? LinkedIn.
Okay. All right.
If you don't have a profile on LinkedIn, get a profile on LinkedIn.
Okay, tell them why that's so important, because I just began to understand the importance of LinkedIn. Okay. And should they have more than one LinkedIn? How about that? Or how should they structure it is really my question.
Lord, we're gonna be here all night, I can tell.
Oh gosh.
But that's a good thing. That's a good thing. LinkedIn is important for many reasons. If you're a business owner, you need to be on LinkedIn. I have personally had experience as an HR professional. I got 4 jobs in the last 10 years from recruiters or employers finding my profile on LinkedIn. That's how powerful it is, as long as you have it set up correctly. And if you don't, you can check my consultation links down in the description, and I can help you set it up so you're magnetically drawing recruiters to you.
Okay, well, listen, I might need to go ahead and use that link as well, which, guys, don't worry, we're going to be posting that very soon. Now, okay. So when you talk about having a LinkedIn profile for a business owner versus an employee, now, would you say that a person that has both a job and a business, should they have 2 LinkedIns, or should they only push one type of industry or type of expertise over the other, meaning business instead of employee? Like, what would you say they should do in that case?
I'll absolutely tell you have to have 2 profiles. Number one, your business, you're trying to generate leads, pull leads in and get clients, things of that nature. Your job profile is there to pull employers to you, to hire you for a specific salary, for a specific amount. The purpose of both of those are different. Yes, you're getting paid by both of them, But what you're talking about in business is different from what you are offering as a professional. In my case, it's similar because I do have, coinciding business, my business, and I'm also still an employee at the Mentor Shelly brand. But I also have a separate LinkedIn profile for the jobs because number one, you want to make sure that you're showcasing not only what you do, where you've done it, but how you've done it and what have you accomplished while you were doing it. So your resume, literally your LinkedIn profile is your digital resume. And if they can find you on LinkedIn, they'll call you. I'm not asking that question. I can tell you that. I personally experienced it.
Now, okay, see, a lot of people are sleeping on LinkedIn, myself included. I do have a profile, but I will admit it is not that robust and shiny and pretty. So, yes, we will probably be talking another time. All right, now. There's always room for improvement over here. That's all good. Now, I love that you're talking about how recruiters are looking for people online in the digital space, right? Because a lot of us, some people are still old school where they want to go and call the company, where they want to walk in with a paper resume or a CV is what a lot of people are doing now. So European, I guess. But what would you say to that? Like, should people be still doing the old school, knocking on doors, calling, trying to, make themselves like visible in the old school way? Or is that digital footprint really important? Is that something people need to get comfortable with and lean into now? Is that where we are?
We are definitely in the digital age where having an online footprint is going to work more for you in duplicity because a lot of people all over the world can find you versus in your local area. I don't say don't knock on doors either because that works too.
Right.
You're known in the area, you have a specific reputation. If they don't know you, you get a chance to introduce yourself. You may not necessarily want to bombard them with your CV or resume, same difference, as far as I'm concerned. You may not want to bombard them with it right away, but here's a, if they have the time, they have about 5 minutes of your time to discuss how my skills can increase your bottom line. When you're talking to business people, when you tell them, okay, if what I can do for you can make you more money, they're interested in the conversation. You may have to attempt a few times, but I never say whatever resource you need to use to get the opportunities or to take advantage of opportunities, do it. That's also going to be a skill that's going to be beneficial when you're starting a business. So.
Got you. Yeah. And I think the name of the game is to get yourself seen, like what we're doing right now. And guys, we're going to be talking because honestly, Shelley and I, we could just go on and on. Okay. Now, we do have some topics that we want to cover tonight because I know people that are going to see this tonight and other times are going to want this information. Now, okay, we covered how you have to have a digital footprint. I do have more questions about that because we know people post a lot of crazy stuff online, but we may get into that a little deeper into the conversation now. So we're saying that whether you are a business owner or whether you are someone that is just a regular person, you want to just have a regular job, W-2, even a 1099, whatever you want to do, you need to be online. All right, we got that straight. Now, are you noticing that there are has there been a shift in the types of jobs that are available? And in those jobs that are available, is the general public able to keep up with that skill set? Like, do they have the skill set for the jobs that are out there? So I know that was a two-part question. What are the jobs that are in demand? And does the general public have the expertise to actually qualify?
The unfortunate part about what I'm about to say, no insult to anybody, skilled labor and a lot of IT related fields are still looking for people. As our illustrious Erica Williams, say another fellow YouTuber that we hello Erica talks about all the time, which is very true. You see it. A lot of the people that had businesses as plumbers, electrician, air conditioning specialists, air conditioner refrigeration specialists, at the job right now. It took them a while to find. They had to outsource the recruiting to find mechanics because all the mechanics that are usually able, ready, or great, already had 2 or 3 opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
Skilled labor is something that is absolute a lot. I'm gonna be honest. In my generation, which y'all don't know how long I graduated from high school.
Girl, I don't tell them nothing. They don't know how old I am. Only probably one person in the chat knows how old I am, and she better not say nothing.
Let's just say I could have children in high school right now. Let's put it like that. Anyway, so listen, black don't crack. Anyway, so the thing of it is, it's a lot of the people that are coming out of the field is 50, 60, 70 years old.
Wow.
They're not, they don't have the strength to climb that ladder no more.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of my generation, and maybe the generation after me, we were pushed to go to college. We were pushed to get this degree. We were pushed to this. We were pushed to do that.
Yep.
And unfortunately, there's a lot of people sitting at home with useless degrees that can't find a job.
Okay, let's talk about it for a minute now.
Let's just be honest. And then you have the spectrum of the IT folks that, depending on where you want to start off in IT, you can pick up a certification. You can join a boot camp of some kind. There's people. Erica has Tech Tuesdays that she has all these different IT experts that literally you can learn within a matter of weeks a new skill. The name of the game in this job market is skills. Yes, I have all these years of HR experience, but it wouldn't hurt me to pick up a certification in IT, would it? No.
I don't think it would at all.
No, exactly. That just adds to my resume. That just adds to my professionalism, and that also opens another area. You know, a whole other industry for me to tap into. I'm always learning. If you're not learning, you're dead. So the job market is ripe for the picking for people who are ready, willing, and able to either get skilled up, start a business, for people who are out there looking for great opportunities. So, and there's also people that are from entry level. There's I see signs for McDonald's, for crying out loud.
With hiring bonuses.
I have never in my entire life, and we know it's because of you know what, why employers, McDonald's offering a sign-on bonus? Like, this is 2022. I've never heard. This would have been unheard of 5 years ago. McDonald's
absolutely
sign-on bonus. But we are in these interesting, you know what, times. So anything is possible. You know?
So, all right. So in my last live stream, and really just over my last couple of live streams, I've been talking about, you know, what we did in quarter 1 of this year, right? You know, I'm in the credit field. It's like, all right, I want my people, whether they are my clients or not, figure out where you are right now in life, and then figure out where you want to be. That's quarter 1, right? Trying to just get your foundation. What do we want to see happen this year? Okay, first we got to figure out who we are. I'm not going to go through all the personality types that I just came up with randomly, but you know, you got to figure out what your personality type is. Are you in a environment where your success is going to, like, you're going to flourish in the location that you're in? If you're not, if your personality type doesn't match where you are, you're either going to have to become a chameleon, or you're going to have to get what I call ghost. Okay. That lets you know how old I am. You got to get ghost, because at the end of the day, if you are in an environment where you do not mesh with the people that are there, you are not going to succeed. Right?
No.
So that's quarter 1 for me. And that's what I want quarter 1 to be for other people too, because, you know, that's just where we are right now. We got to get real about where we are. 2020 and 2021 were fantastic opportunities for us to see the world around us, the people, who we are and what our belief systems are. It's great. You know, it was great. So now in 2022, it's like, we got to take everything we learned and push in and lean into the future. Right. So like you said, tech is a thing. As much as you know, I'm at an age where I grew up where tech was, we were at the beginning. Okay. So yes, I'm going to date myself here. I'm not as old as Atari, but I'm as old as Nintendo, the first one with the little, you know, gray controller and the gun.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I don't know if I can say that word, but the pew pew for Duck Hunt. I'm that old. Okay. I'm that old where that was under my Christmas tree. All right. I'm not going to tell you what year, but yeah.
Figure it out.
So I feel like people that are my age, I am a millennial. I feel like people that are my age,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll get back to the quarters here, but people my age, we're in an interesting spot because we are in this generation where we wrote cursive. We can look at analog clocks. We know how to write. We had to do resumes. We had to knock on doors to get jobs, right? We had summer jobs. We wanted to actually make money.
Yes.
We're right after, I guess it's Gen X. And so we still have some of those old school principles.
Right.
What I found for myself that was difficult was that I still believe you should have a career. I still believe it's okay to retire from your career. But the older I get, the more I see that that's not really an option. You know, after 2020, whatever, I'm seeing like, whoa, you have to have a certain set of skills, Missy. You know, I'm coasting right now. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm coasting because I've strategically kind of figured it out for myself. But there are more people that are not like me, right? Mm-hmm. There were, I think I read it was 4.4 million people quit their jobs between January and February of this year. 4.4 million people. What are they going to do? Do they have a plan? Right? Their Q1 was literally, I'm just going to quit my job. That's all it was. That was it. A lot of people, because like you said, the skills are not there. Girl, I can go on forever, but I just wanted to make that point because there is this generation of people like me, like I said, like if I had to go back in an office right now, girlfriend, I would not be a happy camper, you know, but if I lose some of the work I do now, and if my company crumbled, I'd probably have to think about it. Right. You know,
there's so much of what you said I completely understand. I'm still in the office. Listen, I'm still going to a location. The job I had before that, I was actually working from home. So, but and they're both, of course, in HR.
Mm-hmm.
You said a lot about the fact that your generation, because I'm in the generation right before you. I'm one of the X's. Like before, I was still in high school and college when they were still using the cards in libraries to look up books.
Oh my God, we totally did that too. We totally did that too.
Yes, but the thing of it is, you said something that generation millennials now and generation X also understood. You don't just, if you're going to quit your job, there's some millennials that are on it. That if they're going to do that, they have plan A, B, C, D, E, and F lined up to make sure they're good. Then you have the other ones like, I'm frustrated, I'm quitting, that's it. I'll figure it out later. Mm-hmm. And then you have some people that can actually figure it out later and still land on their feet. Mm-hmm. That's a small percentage. You have a lot of people that you said in February decided to quit their job.
Yeah.
Have a pot to and a window to throw it out of and don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that many people are, men and women, they're shacking up. So a lot of people didn't do this by themselves. A lot of people did it because they maybe feel like they do have a backup plan. They do, have maybe the unemployment. They have, some people were getting the child tax credit all year. There was a lot, I think it was like $250 a month or something like that they got. And a lot of people were just getting these benefits, and stacking them up and not really thinking about the future. And I feel like right now we're in this weird spot where because, maybe the economy is going to crash, whatever that means, because I've never been without a job for the last, 20 years, literally 20 years. I've always had a job. I've never been without a job. So yes, it's crashing, but there is always a market for people that have certain skills, right? Whether it's retail, even now, if you don't have a job, you can Uber, you can be a 1099, you can do those things, right? Now, when we talked about the in-demand jobs, I think I had something here that I was going to share, and I probably clicked off of it, girl. I'm all over the place tonight.
It's okay.
Oh Lord. Yeah. You know what? We'll scratch that. But what I noticed, and you could speak to this too, I guess, Do you notice now you're having more people that are overqualified or underqualified? What do you see with the resumes that you see, and in what industries?
Okay. I'm in the manufacturing industry right now. This was my first experience in the manufacturing field, because HR can be pretty much anywhere.
Oh yeah.
I had the opportunity to review this was a position they were putting up for a maintenance mechanic. I was looking through resumes. Good Lord. I started looking at resumes and I was wondering, did these people even read the job description? I went through at least 100 resumes. I could probably count on one or two hands ones that I would actually look at again.
Okay.
I don't understand. Maybe it's people. Some people will just repeatedly. There's two lines on some of these people's resumes.
Wait, 2 lines like the whole thing?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Are these adults? Are they from this country? I'm not even being funny.
I
Like,
wondered that too when I was looking at them.
Are they
You
American?
had some people that, okay, bar the ridiculousness, you had some people that had warehouse experience applying for a maintenance job.
Okay.
One does not match the other. One of the things
Right.
I talk about on the blog, one of the things I talk about on my channel all the time, is if you have IT experience and you have fashion merchandising experience, they should not be on the same resume.
Yes, I think that's such a great point and a beautiful segue. Tell these people about that. Tell them why that is so beneficial. And you have a video about this on your YouTube channel.
Yes.
All right, talk about it. The floor is yours, girlfriend.
No.
I'm gonna let you have the screen, as a matter of fact. Go on now.
Listen, if you have fashion merchandising in your experience and you have IT in your experience, there's a lot of you want to apply to jobs, and when you're applying, you want to make sure you get past the applicant tracking system. You are not going to have the proper keywords to get past, to actually get to a human, if you have both of these experiences mixed up on one resume. You have to be able to target, just like how when they write job descriptions, they target the duties and what it is that makes the person successful in this position. You need that specific resume to talk about those skills that can definitely help you get that particular position. Fashion merchandising and IT, unless you're creating something on a website, don't necessarily mesh. So if you're looking for a fashion merchandising position, then you have to make sure that you have how you purchase things. If you were able to find discounts where other people didn't, were you able to get shipments in on time or early so you can set it out in, you set it out for the store, depending on what department store or brand you're buying for. There's a lot of things that go into fashion merchandising that's key to that specific industry and that particular job. So, and also, you also have to make sure when you're applying for these jobs, make sure you tailor that resume to each job, because you want to make sure you're corresponding. You're not just applying. You're talking to a computer first when you submit your resumes. You guys do know that, right? The applicant tracking system that I just mentioned, ATS, is what a lot of recruiters or a lot of HR people refer to it as. If you don't get past the applicant tracking system, you've wasted your time applying for those jobs. It has to be specific to that job, because even if I'm applying for an HR generalist, an HR strategist, or a benefit specialist, you do realize, although those are sectors of HR, I have to actually have different resumes for that, because there's keywords for benefits, there's keywords for a strategist, and there's keywords for a generalist. And then you have some generalists that pivot over to payroll, and you have some generalists that pivot over to benefits or pivot over to leave management. HR is a very broad sector. You have to make sure that whatever you're applying to, that resume speaks to that, or it is going nowhere and you are wasting your time. It has to line up. Those keywords have to line up. A secretary, is known for having administrative skills. A secretary knows how to use a computer. A secretary knows how to take notes. A secretary knows how to put documents together to prepare for, to help their boss to do XYZ. Those type of skills need to be on there. And you have to make sure, if you have something special where you got things ready beforehand, if you have skills like shorthand, which is an old school skill that I didn't even get to learn in my generation, that was generation before me. If you have a skill called shorthand, I'm going way back now. That's something that can help you with note taking, where they use strokes instead of words to write a whole sentence. That's a whole nother story for another day. What I'm saying is, guys, at the end of the day, 2 different jobs, 2 different resumes. It takes a lot more work, but at the end of the day, if you're applying and it does not get past that computer, because we're on a computer now talking to you. But if it doesn't get past that applicant tracking system, some stronger than others, because I'll explain how that works briefly. An applicant tracking system, when you submit your resume, it scans your resume, looking for keywords that's matching up to the job description that you when you look at the job, when you're applying for a job, they put these details in there. Those details, some of those details need to be mirrored on your resume to something, not necessarily mirrored, but finagled in on your resume. When they add up, if your number is
did you just say finagle?
Yeah, put that in your pipe and smoke it a little bit. But anyway,
we being real here. Let me mute myself.
Listen, I'm giving it to you, good and raw. It's Friday. We can do it like that. You have to make sure the ATS, your resume is at a certain number. If it's at like a 70 or 80 or more, then your resume gets passed on through the ATS system to the HR person or the recruiter or whoever it is that's sourcing for that job. If your resume has all kind of experience that ain't got nothing to do with the job, you just wasted your time. And some of those applications take forever to complete. Like literally, I've been on the computer applying for a job for 45 minutes because they had so many questions and they wanted you to upload this. They want you to upload that. They want you to tell you what's your blood type, your sign, your this, your that, everything. And you want to go through all of that and not have your resume work for you guys? No. You want to make sure it's working for you. Your resume, you're in the business of you in your career. Let's just keep it 1,000. You're in the business of you. That resume is your flyer. What can I do for you for a specific fee per year? And if it's not selling you, you are wasting your time. That's just
so what you're saying here is that my resume is me selling what I can do to this company or for this company. Okay. And
for a negotiated
fee. Now let's talk about that for a second. And we can skim the surface because a lot of this stuff, guys, she can go more in depth with you with a consultation. And Shelley, let me know when you want me to drop that link as well. Sure. And let me just reintroduce you to everybody because I think we've had some people come in and come out. My special guest tonight on the Credit Solutionist channel is Mentor Shelly. Okay, she is an HR generalist. This person that is on this screen right now has over 15 years. And she said at the beginning, she's got almost 20 years in this whole industry, right? But she can help you write your resume. She can help you with these key points that she's covering in this live stream tonight. I do not want you guys to get left behind, right? Not everybody is here to start a business. Some people really are okay staying in the job market. We want to get you in a place where regardless of who you want to be, where you want to be, you are going to have the tools necessary to get in the door. Okay. And actually, I want to pivot off of that real quick. Getting in the door, because I talked about that some time ago. I see a resume as a way to just knock, 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 knock. Hey, I'm here. I'm here. Can you speak to how your resume is literally just the thing that gets you in the door? And what is it that actually gets you the job? Because some people think it's the resume. I beg to differ, but I am not the HR professional. So let's Let's expound on that.
Let's talk about that, because I actually have some videos in my arsenal that I'm about to release in about a week or so about that. The job of your resume is not to get you the job. The job of your resume is to get you an interview, because they look at your resume to see if you have enough of what they are looking for them to engage in a conversation with you. There's some employers that don't interview. I can't see through that. I guess I'm old school when it comes to that. But the job of your resume is to get you the interview. The job of the interview is to form some form of professional connection. Enough. It's kind of it's not kind of, it's a show and tell experience. That's really what an interview is about, show and tell. And not only show and tell, yes, I can do this for you, but do you have samples? I'm talking about a notebook, right? I have a notebook here. Let's just say I'm going to go for a position of a writer. Okay. And I said, well, what have you written? Oh, here's my notebook. And I have XYZ stories. And you're opening the notebook, showing them in the interview that you not only talk about that skill, but here is an example of how I am using that skill. And how when I wrote the short stories, I wanted to express XYZ, and I can do this for you in this new role. So it's not just about introducing yourself to the employer, but it's also about introducing yourself to the employer and showing the employer, I'm not just talking out of my you-know-what, I'm showing you that I can do it. You have to have showcase pieces. This is another resume tip. You have to have showcase pieces when you are doing interviews, because that is not going to only solidify the fact that, yes, you are a professional, but you have receipts. It's literally your time to show your receipts. So the resume is not for you to get the job. The resume is for you to get an interview, and the interview is supposed to get you hired. But before you get hired, there's another thing. Well, we're not gonna touch on that. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you go ahead, because I get excited.
Now, what was that? What did you call that when you have the physical item to showcase your work? What did you call that? I want to put that in the chat.
That's called proof. It's show the proof, or people say the proof is in the pudding, so to speak. Mm-hmm. But there's a specific term. Proof to page. Proof to page is what they usually refer to it as. Proof to page. So, for example, when I was interviewing, this is a while back, when I was interviewing for a leave management position in a hospital, this was, good Lord, it's more than 10 years ago now. I was talking to them about, yes, I was able to manage these leaves and do this, and I managed it for a Fortune 5,000 company and for a Fortune 500 company. Mm-hmm. And here are some of the things that I accomplished. I whipped out my portfolio, because if you're a professional in these days and times, mm-hmm. you want to be taken seriously. Oh, I should have brought my portfolio. You need to have your portfolio. Mm-hmm. You can get one of those for $20 on Amazon, people. Yeah. Just so you're aware. And I'm going to have the link in my future videos so you guys can grab that. As a professional, you want to be taken seriously in your career, you're supposed to have a portfolio. So I brushed out the portfolio. And while I was doing these leads, I received XYZ award. Here's my award. So you have them. Exactly. Oh, and I got an award for best customer service, or I got an award for this, or I got an award for that. Or I created this presentation, or I created this process, and this is what the process looks like. Oh, mm-hmm. Here it is. Would you like it? And you have copies to show. So you're literally in a job interview doing show and tell to some degree.
All right. So yeah, and it sounds like we have been training for this our entire lives is the point that I'm hearing here, because I do think that you are more memorable when you do that extra little bit, right? When you have the
Absolutely.
portfolio of your work in front of the potential employer,
Right.
it's not really just about going in with your nice white t-shirt, girl, that shows you how long it's been since I interviewed, but going in with your nice pressed outfit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool, but we need to see what you have actually done. Right now, let's kind of pivot a little bit, because I something just came to my mind. I'm going to type it out here, but can we talk about maybe the top 3 mistakes that you see people make on their resumes now?
Um, we talked about it before, not having the proper experience on there.
Mm-hmm.
Not having the relevant experience on there.
Uh-huh.
To I could go generic and go misspelled words.
Ooh, that's a big one. That's a big one for me. That's a
It
big
is.
one. That's a big one.
You we have spell check in Microsoft Word, folks. We have spell check.
And okay, can I tell you about something that I did one time in school? And so stupid, girl. I was a communications major for like a couple of semesters, right? Then I just gave
Right.
up. But I remember I wrote this essay about something or other. I don't remember.
Mhm.
But when I said the word "you" on the paper, do you know that I actually typed the letter "u"?
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
And when I got that paper back from the professor, I felt like a stone fool, because she circled it with a big old red pen and
Oh
put a
no.
question mark.
Oh no. Oh, she called you out. Oh wow.
Because I was talking or writing like I was texting. Texting was a new thing at that point, but
Yeah.
it was so funny to me. And there was like MySpace and all this other stuff there. So it was like
Mhm.
I was writing like I spoke on the internet, and she called me out on it. Now,
No.
have you seen that on any of the resumes that you have worked with? Because I've seen people make that mistake and it is funny.
What's not funny is the fact that they're not gonna get no calls back, or nobody's gonna ever hire them if that's the resume you're going.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not funny. That part's not funny. But yeah, I'm looking at. Do you even know what a resume is? Because some of them
Right.
don't even have a phone number. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How,
So that could be a mistake of not having the proper communication or the proper contact info also.
how are you? How are we supposed to call you, sir? Suppose
Mm-hmm.
you don't ever check emails again in life.
Right.
Like, I mean, it's some of these things are simple,
Right.
and some of these things are common sense. But we know that rose doesn't grow in everybody's garden. That's the part about it.
I love it. And here's the thing, too. A lot of people don't understand, and I'm learning this in business, if I could be quite honest with you, and even in the regular work that I do, because we're in a team environment in that, we all work from home, but we have teams, right?
Right.
And we do auditing. It's not exciting work. It's really just me looking to see if someone qualifies for Section 8. That's it. That's all I do.
Okay.
It's a very simple job.
Mhm.
Okay, nobody could just pop in my seat and do it. It's only easy because I've been doing it for eons. Okay,
Right.
but it's one of those things where we're in this gosh, girl, I forgot where I was going with that, but we're in a team environment, but not really. So we conduct ourselves in a particular type of way, but there's a lot of attention to detail that we have to have. Like, I have gotten letters back sometimes where I'm correcting somebody and my grammar is like, where was my brain? Because I could have swore that sentence made sense and it's jumbled and looking crazy. And I'm like, oh my God, please, I hope they don't pull this one. Please don't let HUD pull this one, because I'm embarrassed now. Right. So what I'm saying all this to say, it's very important to pay attention to detail, because people will catch your mistakes and they will judge you for it.
Oh yeah.
And, having a comma out of place, or, saying confusing there and there, you're and your, meaning you're and you are, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Confusing those things. If your job involves communication, written or otherwise, I'm sorry, you only have one chance to make an impression sometimes. So the person that takes those moments and goes back and pays attention to detail sometimes is the person that's going to get the job. And they could be way underqualified, more underqualified than you are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But because they put their best foot forward, they got the job. Right?
Speaking to that, I don't know if you're familiar with Eric Thomas, E.T. He's a motivational speaker that started off doing motivational speaking for basketball teams and football teams. He still does that.
Mhm.
And he's been speaking on stages like the Lisa Nicholses of the world, like the Tony, what do you call him? Tony Robbins of the world. He was doing motivational speaking way back in the day. He started off with people like Jim Rohn and the like.
Jim Rohn's one of my favorites. I love him.
Exactly.
He's no longer with us. Rest in peace. But he's awesome.
Of course.
Yeah.
The thing that why E.T. is different from everybody else is not that he's the smartest. It's not that he is, because he says it himself. It's not that he's the absolute best speaker. But he said he's going to outwork everybody.
So
it's not the, oh, I have the most eloquent words. But he's going to get up at 3 a.m. and start when everybody else is sleeping. I say that to say this. There's some people that may not have the pretty qualifications, but they will work their tails off to get where they need to go.
Yep.
So it's not necessarily always about, oh, well, you have this and you have that experience. You have that. They're ready to work. And they're going to be there before you, outworking you, and leaving after you to make sure it gets done and go above and beyond. So it's not necessarily always about the qualification per se. What's your work ethic? Does somebody have to be over you all the time for you to get the work done? Or are you going to get it done plus XYZ?
Right.
Do you meet deadlines or do you exceed them? Do you, when they ask for it on Friday, you get it done on Wednesday and you're on to the next thing? When people see that kind of work ethic, they're going to give you more responsibility. Those people tend to, in some cases, get promoted.
Right.
If the company knows what to look for, there's some companies that have great people in their organization. They will never promote them for whatever reason, because of politics and because of other things. So it just depends. If you have the phenomenal will, nobody can stop that. If they can outwork, they're going to outwork everybody.
Right.
That's why I made that comparison. Yes, Tony Robbins has been in the business forever, but Tony Robbins is late to the internet game.
Because he's old school. He's old school. Like that dude's
his stuff is dynamite. I actually was able to, when I was involved with network marketing, was able to not necessarily go live, but he was live at the event and they simulcast it, so I was able to watch from home. That dude's phenomenal. Period. When it comes to speaking and literally talking to people and getting them so boosted, so high, so motivated, so transformational. You have people that use the right words and people's lives change. He has that kind of a quality.
Yeah.
Guess what? In the last 5 years, if you don't know about motivational speakers, you may know something about Lisa Nichols because she came to the internet before.
Yeah.
But millennials know about ET because it was the internet that helped to blow him up. I've seen him speak twice live. Awesome. He's a ball of fire. But at the end of the day, his mentality, the way he approaches his business, the way he approaches his whole movement is phenomenal will. He said, I'm not the best, but I'm going to outwork the best.
Yeah. And that makes so much sense. And it does cross over into every facet of your life. If you, I don't know, go a half mile longer on your walk than someone else. I don't know. Even with credit. Okay. I tell people when we like dispute issues on your, okay, we have to keep being persistent, because your average person is just going to write one letter and call it a day. And then they're going to hear no from the credit bureau and they're just going to be quiet. And it's like, no, you have to keep working, because the more persistent you are, the more work you put in, you're going to start to look like you're going to start to be a step above everybody else. Because like, it's okay to be average if you want to. It's okay. But it's when you see how many average people there are, there's so little effort that you even have to put forth to stand out above the people that are average. I even recognize that in business. It's like, it's crazy. Even with YouTube, Shelley, it's like if you put out a video, or if I put out a video every day, do you know like how much more like beneficial and like successful we will be than a person that posts once a month? You know what I'm saying? Little baby steps. Baby steps. It's crazy. So I'm looking at it with every area of my life. It's like I look at people around me, like even today when I was talking about being in a group environment with the auditing work that I do, it even hit me today, because sometimes like we have a group chat and somebody will say, hey, I need help with this kind of file. It's this, and that. It's really complicated. Can somebody help me? Yeah. And because I don't have the expertise, I'm not speaking up. If I don't have the expertise, I'm not saying anything. But I noticed one of my other team members, he and I have the same level of expertise, and he will say something. He will say, hey, I can't actually do that because of XYZ, versus me that sat in the corner and didn't say anything. Now, even though he doesn't know how to do it, they're going to remember that he piped up and said something. And they're also going to remember that I sat in the corner and didn't say nothing, because girl, I was working. I was like, I ain't saying shit. But I know that that's what happens. But here's the thing. I'm going to tell you where the trade-off is for me. And this is some game for y'all. And I hope I say it the right way. My trade-off is I am good with people. Okay. I save clients at that job. So even though I didn't pipe up when she needed help with that, anytime they have a trouble client that's about to drop, do you know who they send them to? They send them to me, because of the soft skills. I know it doesn't seem like I have them, y'all, but I got them. I can make I can make you feel loved even after I ignore you for 2 months straight. When you come back, baby, I make you feel good. So because I have that skill, it's like, I know I may be lacking over here, but I have to be stronger over here where it still matters, right? So it's really just pick an area and try to just be above average, which means just try a little harder than the next person. That's all you got to do. Because people get this misconception that they have to work so hard to be seen. And it's like, no, that's not how the world works. You know, again, if we pump out videos every day, guess who's going to start to get at the top? Like, guess who you're going to start to see on your YouTube feed all the time? You're going to see my shining face, and you're going to have to deal with it. You know, click on the video already. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting in work over here. You see how I keep trying to plug my channel? You know what I'm saying? And some people dropped off. They're like, girl, shut up.
Well,
girl, they're going to be back. We ain't tripping.
Look at it this way. If a lion is running after two of us, he's only going to catch one, and it's the one.
True.
Seriously. It's one that's not ahead. So,
yep.
Sometimes it's just taking that one extra step. You already on the journey. One extra step. So, I mean, in terms of the job market, one extra step. As far as resume is concerned, one extra step. If you're going on that job interview, please prepare. Please do not. Please don't do a job interview unprepared. Please don't tell me folks are just going in blind these days. I know you're nervous, but you should never go in blind. Never.
Yeah, people go in blind all the time. And it's really because excellence is not something that is revered very much anymore. People are actually rewarded for laziness. I hate to say that. Like, there really is this trend I'm even seeing online where people are proud to not do a lot of work and still succeed. Like, they're very proud of that. You know, it's, I don't have to do this, and look what I have. There's this thing right now called, I think it's called the easy life or something, that people are trying to do, where they're just unbothered about everything. And it's like, oh my gosh, like, we're creating monsters That is what's happening here. Entitled monsters, because even down to a resume, some people don't believe that they have to do a resume, or, okay, 2020, and this is going to be hard, and it's an adjustment, and it's not all their fault. Oh, and good night, Cynthia, if you're gone already. But it's not all their fault. So I'm going to give people a little bit of grace here, because there is this fear that is still out there where people don't want to sit in the same room with somebody in an enclosed space for long periods of time. So I can understand how people may not be so savvy on interviewing right now. So do you find that employers may be giving a little bit of grace because of that? Because of the, some people haven't seen people for years now, too. Do you think they're giving grace for that? Or because some people are a little rusty. They're a little rusty when it comes to social skills. So,
okay, let me ask this question. People do what they want to do when they want to do it. I'm not a person that is going to, especially when it comes onto your livelihood and take care of your responsibilities.
Yeah.
I'm not about to help you make an excuse.
Oh no, we can't even use the cough. We can't use that as an excuse.
No,
y'all heard it there.
Because guess what? You see this thing we talking on the computer? People do interviews through there too. Yeah. So
you're saying we can't be lazy?
No, because if you are lazy, you will get lazy results, which is nothing.
Oh my God, you are not kidding. Wow. That's game.
The easy life? What you talking about? Easy.
You're right. You're right.
Anything that's worth having is not easy. So the whole I'm rusty on interviews. We're on YouTube right now. If you want to change a tire, you can learn how to do it on YouTube. If you want to learn how to put in an engine, you can learn how to do it on YouTube, depending on the car.
Sure can.
Make and model. Ask me how I know. I watch people do that all the time. Okay? So don't give me this excuse about, it's because of you know what. My skills are, if you're not sure, I have a list of interview videos on my channel, youtube.com/mentor Shelly, to help you brush up on those things.
That's right, girl. Dropping it in the chat right now.
I'm not. Please do not go to nobody's interview unprepared.
Okay, so what you're saying is there are no excuses. And because of what I just told you, a lot of people are going to use that as an excuse. And what I hear you saying is that if you are a person that can just stay a step above and not be lazy and be prepared and not use the excuse of the that you may actually land a job. You may actually stand out. Is that what you're saying?
If I didn't already have one, I could have had another two. There's also a movement right now, if you're not aware, called overemployment.
Let's go into that. Explain that now.
There's people out there, especially on the IT side, that has one computer here and working on one computer there, and may have a third. I've heard somebody they're talking about, because I just found this overemployment channel. Yeah, it's on YouTube too. Overemployment channel, where this one guy explained that he had two software engineering jobs, one in California and one somewhere else. There's one of them that he had to do client visits and things of that nature, but it was primarily from home.
Okay.
Homeboy lived on one, saved the money from the other, used it to invest in real estate, and now he needs no job.
I love it. I love it.
So while the easy riders of easy living is sitting up here on their you know what and doing absolutely nothing, you have folks that I'm trying to get in that. Listen,
I mean,
get another job, save that money, put some investments so it can pay you on autopilot for the next 30 years.
You know what, girl? And the funny thing is, we'll have to talk offline about this because I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to bring it to my audience. But I have put it out there into the universe that we are going to begin a real estate investment journey. And I'm not going to speak on it too much because you know what happens sometimes when you speak publicly about things. This is between me and the Lord and God and all that right now. But I am looking for creative financing. And I will tell you, oh God, it's out there. And when you see the road open, oh my God, it's like, where have I been? Where has my brain been this entire time? Because these are not new. These are not new concepts.
You know what it is?
Gosh.
You're at the point of implementation. Nothing happens. Knowledge is great. You go. See, I know I brought this book down here for a reason. My little notebook here. I'm using it for all kinds of demonstrations tonight.
Yes.
It's all gravy if you write information down and you have an understanding of it.
Right.
Move out the way when you start to implement. Things change.
It does. And side note, have you ever like honestly prayed for something and then like the next day it literally happens and you're like, whoa.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. That's happened.
Wow. So I feel like that's part of the implementation process too. I don't want to get too woo-woo with everybody because we're talking about jobs, but I think that when you have an idea of something that you want to do, even if it's your job, you know, if it's your dream job, I am almost positive there's somebody that came through this live tonight that was thinking somewhere deep down in their heart, you know, I want to get a job, but maybe I'm not sure how to do it. They clicked on this video, happened to see this live. Somebody shared it, you know, and here they are getting game. You know what I'm saying? And this is like information that needs to be out there. You know, and these are basic principles. You know, make yourself shine just a little bit more than the next person. Bring something physical and tangible, like Mentor Shelly said. If you got certificates, bring them to that interview. You know what I'm saying? If you're interviewing for IT, do not put your retail experience on there. Okay. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody's saying that it's not valuable, but nobody in IT cares that you used to work at Macy's. Nobody cares unless you did the software for the register.
There you go.
Nobody cares.
There you go.
Okay. So recognizing what your skill set is and then, you know, pivoting in that direction, you know, and only sharing the information that's necessary. Nobody needs to know your whole life story. Okay. I, for the longest time, used to put my high school education on my resume. I didn't know how stupid that was. But I used to do it. And I laugh when I see people have that on their resumes today. I'm like, we assume you graduated high school because you are applying. Okay.
Wait, hold up, press pause. I'm gonna stop you right there.
Did I misspeak? All right.
You may not want to make that assumption because there's some folks that's running around out here that don't have it.
Oh yeah, I have a friend actually, we will need to talk about this another night too, because I have a friend who is a general manager. She has an 8th grade education. That is it. And she's a general manager. But here is the kicker. She was hired by an entrepreneur. She was hired by somebody that can do what he wants. All right. So there is a market for everybody. All right. That's the point I'm making right now. Because this girl, I'm not going to front. If she ever hears this, she knows who she is. This girl, though she has an 8th grade education, she can build a multi-million-dollar business for you like that. I remember sitting at the kitchen table with her one night. She wrote me out this 6-page business plan. She was like, all right, what do you want to do? Tell me what your goal is. Tell me, that doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right. She wrote it out. I still have it to this day. And I was like, girl, I need to pay you for this. She's like, no, don't pay me. 8th grade education. So again, hey, look who is in the building.
Hey, Erica, how you doing?
Oh my God, I could cry right now.
Yes.
Y'all, this is the OG.
Yes.
Right here.
You better tell him.
Oh, I love this so much. Wow. Yes. Wow. Okay. Let me get my composure.
we had to give that moment.
I know. Okay, but seriously, This girl wrote out this entire plan for me, and I'm sitting there looking at her like, I owe you like hundreds, if not at least 1,000 for this. I'm like, do you understand like how I could, do you get that? And she's just like, nah, it's fine. It's nothing. And again, okay, so back to really what I'm trying to say. The reason that this person was able to pivot herself was because she understands what her natural gift is. She is not one that will have a business, but she is a business builder. She brought in hundreds of thousands of dollars for this man's company, and that is why she's a general manager with an 8th grade education. That is why.
Now, see, a person like that, all they need is a chance.
So
all
true.
They need is a chance.
So true.
But this is where not going on the off-beaten path works. Mm-hmm. Off-beaten path works. In her situation, a builder of a business is a business. She just literally took a few minutes and wrote out a 6-page business plan, and you're still following it to this day. Like, come on.
That paper is oh my gosh.
Come on.
Every time I see it.
Miss Williams is saying your curls is popping, honey.
Oh yes, girl. I put that on the page because hey, look, we got blessed tonight. Okay, yes. So yes, this is great. Okay, so Shelley. Okay, now I don't know if she's still here. I hope she's still here. But okay, now we got to share the good news, the thing that I told you about earlier. And I'm gonna say it real fast so we can move on.
Yeah.
Okay, Erica, if you're still here, I got my 4,000 watch hours.
Yeah.
Okay. We can get back on topic now. Awesome. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yes, I got my 4,000 watch hours, y'all. I gave myself 90 days and I did it it was a little over 30. So we doing this thing. We doing this. And
yes,
Mentor Shelly's on here now, and I'm not gonna let her slack. She's gonna stay on here.
She gonna be on my tail.
Yes.
I'm with it.
Yes. And anybody that's here, if you got value out of this, please follow Mentor Shelly's YouTube channel. Please. I love your last video that you did. It was fantastic. It was amazing. Okay, girl, I'm sorry. Erica that came in here. I got all flustered and confused.
Yes. Listen, guys, for anybody that came through here and has never had a job, I just dropped about a week ago a video on 4 ways to actually get one. Go ahead and start that process for you to get that. Absolutely, Erica, monetize. But I want you guys to be aware, even if you've had a job before, even if you're not where you want to be, guys, you have, in order for things to change, you have to take those steps to change it. Remember, we talked about earlier, it's not about just, we know we can do better. We know we can write out a plan. You can write it out till the cows come home. If you don't take no action on it, what is it really? If I want to branch off and do business, is it going to take me writing it down? Yeah, that's a start. That's a good starting place. That's why you have. Well, after you write it down, what you going to do next? Okay, action 1 step. Buy an LLC name. Okay, done.
Right.
2, get an EIN number. Go on irs.gov. Boom, boom, boom. Check. Done.
Takes 2 seconds, y'all. It's no joke. And honestly, I found that out a couple of years ago because I thought it was complicated. And I was actually watching one of Erica's videos, and she's like, "You just go onto the website and you do it in 2 seconds." Y'all, get that done, okay? No excuses.
It's literally, if you want to change from one career to the next. I just finished a career series maybe 2 weeks ago on the channel. That's also in the playlist on my channel. Go ahead and go through that. From one, if you want to go from IT to HR, I'm just using those 2 because I talk about IT a lot and I'm in HR. What are the skills that you can use from IT to HR? Where are you right now in your career? Start writing some of those skills down. What is it that you can do that can be used in HR? What are those soft skills that you have? Those are some of the things that you would start off with to figure out, okay, well, I have this. Can I use these transferable skills in HR? It doesn't matter where you are in your career, guys. If you want to become a better version of yourself professionally, it is going to take action on your part. But you have
decisive action. Yep.
decisive action. But in order for you to know where you're going, you got to know where you are.
Mm-hmm.
That's where figuring out, taking notes. Okay, what knowledge base do I have? What do I have on my resume? What needs to be tweaked on the resume? I have a resume course coming up in a couple of weeks, but
Okay.
I'm not done with it just yet. I'm just letting you know those things are coming down the pike.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, you have to have your career tools, which are marketing tools, literally marketing tools to market you to the world or to market you to employers.
Mm-hmm.
If the resume ain't tight, it's not going to market you like you want it to. It's probably going to deter people from offering you an opportunity.
And I tell people all the time too, and just to segue over into the credit thing, that's exactly what a credit report is. Your credit report is literally your resume. That is what a creditor is looking at. They're like, okay, does this person pay their bills? Where does this person live? Does this person have like a whole lot of debt? I don't even want this person to come through the door because this resume ain't looking right. Seriously.
Well, the resume of finance.
Yes.
Just even to piggyback on that.
Yes.
When you're applying for certain jobs, they run your credit, honey. There's certain upper echelon jobs that if your credit got some form of thievery on it, you are not getting that job. There's some upper echelon job. They not only do regular credit checks on you, they do MVR checks. They do all kinds of checks to make sure that who's coming through the door is not a thief, liar, or a killer. So it's not just, okay, I can get the job because I have these skills, but are you a criminal? Do you do things outside of work that's going to put you in a precarious position?
Right.
We look at those things too. I talk about it in my book, in From Clueless Teenager to Consummate Professional. I express how important credit is. Credit can make or break you in the job market as well. So that's, you can't be running around here willy-nilly. Yeah, we're looking forward to the changes that the president is about to make with these medical bills going away. We're going to keep our fingers crossed on that. I will not.
Oh, man. And it's so funny because I actually did a video about that, and y'all, it hardly got any views, but whatever. So here's the thing that a lot of people argue with me about. I got a lot of smoke for my child support video because I told them I refuse to remove child support. Because here's the thing, whether or not I remove it, your employer is going to find out if you haven't been paying your child support, because they're going to pull your credit report. You know what I mean? Or your wages are going to get garnished. You're going to get found out. The other point here, just to kind of piggyback off of what you were saying, character, your credit report says a lot about your character. Because like you said, if you have a lot of delinquencies, if you don't pay your bills, my question now is, why do you want this job? Why do you want this government job? Why do you want this? Are you going to be selling secrets? There's a such thing as like espionage. You know what I'm saying? Like I have to get cleared by, what is it? Oh Lord, y'all. The DOD. Yeah. I have to get a clearance by the DOD every year. And they literally will tell you, like, you're a suspect. Okay. You are literally one of the people they're looking at if you have bad stuff on your credit report. Like they give examples, of people, and the people with, money issues and things like that. It's true. So don't go around thinking that, the resume is not important. The credit report is not important. If I don't pay my bills, untrue. All right. Security clearances. Let's talk about that for a second. I'm sure people that have lost their jobs because debt showed up on their credit report. I have a relative that's in aerospace. They literally told him straight up. They said, if you don't get this taken care of, if you don't get this debt removed, you're going to lose your clearances. And guess what? If you lose your clearances, you lose this job. Lose this job. People want to honestly argue with me on this. And I'm like, dude, the proof is in the pudding. What does my mom say? You don't believe fat meat. You think fat meat ain't greasy. Is that what they say? And I'm just like, hey, you got to start looking at this because your digital footprint is so important these days. So I'm just starting to see how all of these things are like molding and meshing together. So we are definitely going to have to do another live, like for sure, because I feel like we've only just scratched the surface, but yeah, these things are important, man, because people are messing up right now and they don't realize how it's going to be to their detriment.
It's tied into everything. It's tied into, You think, oh, because you have a business, you ain't got to be concerned about credit, or ain't got to be concerned. There's some contracts that require your credit to be in a certain position. That requires that. If you're going to deal with government at all, you heard her say it, clearances are important. And some of those clearances require checks.
Yeah.
So your credit and your career does have some matchup, and they coincide with each other. So it's not just, oh, I'll pay that whenever. No, pay that this month.
Yeah, pay it now. Because really, because like I said, the thing is here, there are gatekeepers, okay? And the thing of it is, kind of like what you said, now I understand what you were saying, where I said, well, don't you get an excuse? Because for 2 years, everybody was scared of people. Okay, yeah, you're right. Because certain things nobody's going to care about. Like, oh, it was 2020. I didn't pay none of my bills. Okay, well, we ain't going to help you pay them by hiring you, because you're going to sell all these secrets, player, and we don't have time. Okay? We don't have time. All right. I wouldn't hire somebody with a lot of debt. I'm just being real. I wouldn't.
And and as an employer, you have that right. If you decide, now see, if it's discriminatory, if it's based on age, sex, affiliate, religious affiliation, things of that nature.
Yeah.
If that's part of your criteria, if you're not going to hire nobody because they seem to be a financial risk, then that's a decision that you can make as an employer. And it's not something that's discriminatory. It is what it is.
Yeah. And they have the thing that people forget too, because, we this is a whole nother thing. We won't get too deep into it, but people always do cry discrimination. It's not discrimination. It's literally, we found a loophole and we know how we cannot hire you now. Okay. And your mistakes, they will cost you. So like I said, when we talked about, what we're doing in Q1, if you have constantly faced that rejection because, your credit's not clean, your resume looks crazy, we're bringing somebody on the channel right now that can help you. Mentor Shelly will literally help you. She's dropped so much game in this entire live. It's bananas. Like, I kind of wish that you were around when I was like 18 or 19, because I was just winging it. But
I wish I was around too, because I had to get baptized by fire to know what I know now.
I'm telling you, and that does have to happen. I mean, it totally does. And I love that. So you kind of touched on making yourself more marketable. So we talked about having more than one resume, having keywords for the position, having what do we call it? Proof to
the page.
Proof to the page. So you have your physical stuff. Okay. So I think that's a good 3. I think we can cover more another night. So let's see. We talked about that. This was one that you mentioned earlier. So should you work for free when you first start your business? So we're going to segue into the business side for a little bit here for those that may want to start a business.
There's some times that may help depending on who you're doing it for and what are and why you're doing it. Because sometimes you're doing it just as, paying it forward, reciprocity. Sometimes you're doing it to literally just help somebody out. You're sometimes doing it because, them jokers ain't got no money, but they need it. And that shouldn't be a good reason, because then unfortunately some people take advantage of that.
Yep.
Which is why I used to do people's resumes for free for years.
You said years?
Years. And I stopped. So,
girl, yeah, because I had to contain myself. I'm like, what? I was about to cuss.
Yeah, listen, there, even if you get a discount, I'm not doing nobody resume for free.
Yeah, that's nuts, man. No.
I love you, but I love myself first. So,
yeah, for sure.
You want that kind of service, you won't have to pay for it. But because you were so gracious in inviting me to your channel tonight, for those who are truly looking for career change, guidance, if you're just getting started in your career, you're looking for direction on how to progress, or if you have an interview coming up, I am only offering it for 48 hours. Free consultation, which she will put the link up in the description. For 48 hours open. I don't like to do free, but
I'm trying to type fast here.
Ashley's reputation is helping y'all out right now.
I
Okay.
love it. I love it. I love it.
After 48 hours, that link goes away and I will not be returning it. You have to talk to me on a paid link. Okay?
And you said how long is the consultation?
48 hours,
And how long do they have with you on the call?
30 minutes.
Oh my lord. Okay, girl. If they don't click on this link, that's they bad right there.
Yeah.
Wow. Because listen, actually I was on the oh no, he didn't say it to me on the live, but I was talking with AM1 after we did our live the other week,
Mhm.
and he was like, oh my God. He was like, you charge that much for 15 minutes? You charge that much for an hour? I'm like, player, you set the tone. You let people, you charge what you want to charge for your time.
Exactly.
Okay. 30 minutes with me is not free. You know what I'm saying? But I do see the value in giving back. So that
Right.
is what Mentor Shelly is doing right now with this information that you see on the screen right here. I'm actually going to put you on the screen. Here we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Listen,
So yeah, just I mean,
listen, guys.
girl. Yeah, I'm like, girl,
Use,
go ahead, girl.
use the time wisely. I usually don't do any of this for free because I did it for years for free. Some people took advantage of that, so I stopped. But because of the credit solutionist and because of her reputation in the business world and because of her professionalism, I'm putting this up for 48 hours. After that, it's not returning. Period. If you want more time with me, you're gonna have to spend some money. I'm just being real.
Girl, you sound like you are already you done figured out what you need to do in quarter 1, and you have figured out how to implement it in quarter 2. You're not wasting no time. I'm not either, because time is money. It's currency, which means it's compensation for the energy that you put out. Not gonna get too woo woo on you guys with that one, but it's a big deal. So when somebody gives you their time for free, this woman is about to give you something for free that can literally take care of you and your family for the rest of your life. If you implement some of these principles she even talked about tonight, you're going to see drastic changes within the next 90 days. I can actually guarantee that. I can't guarantee you stuff in credit repair. It's not legal to do that. But with this, we can guarantee like that's for sure. And I
Yeah.
know what she's saying is the truth. So listen, I think the next time we get on,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to. I want to go into a story from my time in corporate, and I would love to get your input on it as an HR professional. I couldn't talk too much because I had an old coworker up in here, so I couldn't say nothing about the job.
I see. I understand. I understand.
So I was like, oh, she up in here today. I can't hear it. I can't hear it.
Oh, Miss,
Oh, snap. Oh, wait, hang on. We got somebody very special in the building. I hope she can see
share the
this.
link here. Go ahead, Miss Dula.
Yes,
Link.
Dula Anita. Okay, so I'm gonna say something really fast about Anita.
Mm-hmm.
So Miss Anita here. Okay, that's not who I was talking about, by the way, but we did
No,
used to work together
right.
long, long, long time ago. And she is actually a doula. So we started in the housing industry together, where she was a property manager and I was an office manager, but we worked for the same company.
Mm-hmm.
So she, without saying too much, because I don't even know what she wants me to say, but needless to say, she is one of those people that we're talking about tonight that has taken it upon herself to say, okay, work is great. I have a job, but I'd also like to be in business for myself. Hence
Absolutely.
the name Doula Anita. Because as you know, I would even venture to say doulas are about to be even more major than they have been in the past
They're
because
of the type of service they provide.
exactly. And a lot of women are wanting to have babies at home. So yeah. So I already knew when she told me she was about to do it. I was like,
Go
okay.
for it. Go for it. A lot more women want that one-on-one in-person experience. So we
Yep.
definitely need you in the market. There's so much more demand for you because
Yes.
some of the things that used to happen back in the day, in the old days, need to come back because
Yeah.
having a baby is not a corporate situation. And unfortunately, a lot of those hospitals operate that way with something as personable as having a child. So that's why.
Oh, and you know what? She just made me realize I got to share your link with Facebook. I just totally was like, sorry, Facebook.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, let me see if I could drop it in there because I was thinking
Yeah.
through StreamYard it was showing, but maybe it's not. So hold on.
Yeah.
Hang on. Anita, if you're still here, I'm going to post it again.
Mm-hmm.
Do you mean that you want me to post it in the
Spell-
description?
Yeah, post it in the description because I don't think Facebook is getting the link. So
That's what she might be saying. I think she's saying, all right, let me see if it'll let me edit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thanks for spending your Friday night with me.
Of course. No, listen, I want to make sure the good people can boss up in 2022 in your career and in your business. I'm about to start sharing some of the, some business transition stuff with you guys because I'm going through it just like, yes, I am an employee, but I'm also a business owner. I want to make sure you guys understand it. It's a process and a transition. And we made mistakes along the way. I've made mistakes along the way, but at the end of the day, you learn, you grow, and you keep it moving.
You sure do, because the thing is this, nobody's going to remember your mistakes. I'm going to be real with you. And if they do, shame on them. Like, get a life. Jeez. You know what I mean? Like, if you're still looking at the mistakes that I made like 10 years ago, who are you? Like, I don't even remember half the ones I made. It's
called relatives, honey. They have a wonderful memory for foolishness.
Yeah, look. And I'm let me stop lying because I used to be that relative where I'm like, remember when you used to do that? But I don't do it now because I know what it feels like. So I've wised up quite a bit. You don't do that to people. Right. All right. So I'm going to put it in the description here, and then I'm going to actually have to put it in our YouTube description too. Yes. But all right. So yeah, once again, 48 hours only. So what are we saying, by Sunday night or by Monday? What are we saying?
Sunday night.
All right. So Doula Anita, if you are still here, the link is now in the description on my Facebook page, so you can check it out there. And then I have all of Mentor Shelly's, socials there. And I'm going to go ahead and post them in the chat one more time here so you guys can catch it. And you can click the link if you're looking on your phone or your computer and all that good stuff. We're going to flood the stream right now. So.
All right.
Hopefully, let me make sure I did that right. I hope so. But yeah, honestly, like I said, all your links are there. We're going to have them in the description. We flooding it. Tonight is not about the credit solutionist. It's about the people. It's about Mentor Shelly. We're definitely going to collaborate again. We have to do this because now I see that there's a need for this, because everybody's not meant to be a business owner. Some people, we need people on the front line. We still do. So
we need people in the hospitals. We need people in the manufacturing, making sure we get this food. Because I don't know if you guys heard, in the last 2 months, 14 food plants have either been attacked. There's been some kind of explosion. There's been some kind of fire. All kinds of stuff. We need folks in all facets. If in IT to do all kinds of things. So, yes. We all want to have the benefits of being a business owner, but you don't have to be a business owner to have that. You just have to be in the right field. If you're in the IT field on the right trajectory, whether it be network administrator, network security, mobile network security, the possibilities are endless. A lot of those career tracks pay very well. And I don't mean $50,000 is not paying very well. If you hear me say pay very well, it's at least $120,000 a year.
Ooh, tell them. So, that's six figures, right? Shoot, that's six.
Okay. Thank you very much. So if you hear me say pay well, it's going to be at least six figures.
All right. So this is somebody on here she is not talking minimum wage here. She is not, she is talking about playing chess, not checkers, y'all. Okay. This woman here is the truth. So don't play. And thank you guys for coming through. So one last thing here. that I want to cover, and then we can close it out. And if there's any closing remarks you got, let the people know.
Let's say hi to Miss Kelsey K. Thank you so much for coming by. We appreciate Erica sending you over. Yes.
Oh, I love it. That is awesome. I would say Erica made my night. Mentor Shelly, you were number one. Erica made my night there too. Y'all. Oh God.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Listen.
So don't you just have the most positive feelings about 2022? Like, no joke. Like
the 2022 is a year of implementation.
Yes. And it's not that hard. That's the crazy part. Like, implementation is so easy. Like, it seriously is.
You want a different job? Go after it. You want to venture off in a completely different area, business-wise. If you want to start doing contracting outside of your job, do it. It's not about talking about it, wishing about it. I'm not sure. Do it.
Yes.
Period. Just say when they say period, say period.
Or what's the guy, Tony Gaskins? If anybody knows him, he says point blank period. That's what he says. Okay, I want to share something with you guys really quick before we get off. I want to share with you what I'm reading right now. Y'all, please pick this up. Okay, 1 second. And Shelly, if you want to keep talking, girl, go ahead. I'll be right back.
No. Listen, guys. 2022, it's not time to play. It's not time to play, y'all.
Oh. You on the screen.
It's all right. 2022, guys, it's not time to play. You want this career, you want to venture out. There's boot camps. There's courses on Udemy. There's courses on Skillshare. You want to learn something new. You want to get into another career. It may only take a certification because you already have a degree. Whatever it is you need to do in 2022, do it. A lot of plans that people had for 2020 went through the window because of you know what, tore everything up. A lot of people tried to recover in 2021. 2022 is the year. Make it happen. Do whatever it is that you need to do to make your dreams, your career dreams, your business dreams come true. It's not about me or you or anybody else. It's about what you have written in your personal notebook. What are the goals that you wrote at the beginning of the year? I want to achieve XYZ by this day, by this time. You have it written down. Now, what is it that you need to do it? Action plan. Step 1, do this. Step 2, do that. Step 3, at this point, just get it done. Literally, just get it done. You mute yourself again, darling.
I was talking to the Lord. Sorry, y'all. All right. And one of my buddies just came in. Matt Living the Dream. Welcome. His wife is actually a business owner. She just started a photography business. And I have seen her grow. Look, I'm trying to talk over the thing here because I want to give you your shine, girl.
I'm good.
But she has grown exponentially. And I am trying to convince her to come on the channel and talk about it because I think it's going to inspire a lot of women.
Absolutely.
I really do. All right. So this is the book that I'm reading right now, and it's an easy read. As a Man Thinketh.
Oh, is he?
Yes. And there's actually one that's also called As a Woman Thinketh, but I'm going to stick to this one because it's an easy read. It's got so many poignant things in it. And it just speaks to what you were talking about, Mentor Shelly, where if you can seriously conceive it in your head, there's no reason that it can't happen.
You better say that.
There's no reason. I'm telling you, like I told you, I wrote out the goal for the 4,000 hours and it happened quicker than I thought. I'm like, what the heck? Right. And I wrote down that I would have a guest on my show and look what happened. Right. You know,
I'm not the only guest, but yeah.
I'm just flabbergasted because it's like when you see that you can manifest something, and I hate to use that word because it's so woo-woo, but it's like you're basically just letting like God know, hey God, I'm here, man. Like let's work together. Let's do this. Let's get it done. Right.
And you know what it is too, and manifest is misused on so many levels in certain areas, and people are saying, well, manifest this and manifest that. It's great you want to manifest stuff, but are you doing the work to make necessary for it to come true? Are you really putting in the time? Are you really putting in the energy? Are you putting in the creative juices to make it work? Kelsey has a question about the 4,000 hours, although I'm not there yet, but I'm gonna learn.
Wait, did you mention something about the 4,000 hours when I walked away?
No, she must have saw it in the chat.
Oh, I got you. I know what she's talking about. She's talking about the monetization.
Right.
Shelley, did you have a couple more minutes?
Sure.
Oh, girl, I'm like, tell me if you need, because I'll keep talking. No, I wanted to actually maybe we'll share it another day. I was gonna share with them Social Blade. But for the YouTube stuff. But no, all it is, Kelsey, is you have to have 1,000 subscribers and then you have to have 4,000 public watch hours
within a year.
Yeah, within 365 days. So the reason that I had to essentially haul ass, for lack of a better term, is because last April, I believe, is when my channel started to rev up. So I knew that if I didn't start pumping out more content right now, they were going to drop all the stuff that I got from April, May, June as the time went on. So I had to get my 4,000 hours, and I finally have. So it basically just means you'll get monetized. You get to have ads in your video that you get paid for when people watch them. So
all right. Well, that is awesome. I'll be running after that goal myself this year.
Shelley, you're going to get there. You're going to get there.
Miss Lisa, I will see you tomorrow. Miss Tanika, I guess I will see you. I'm gonna see you tomorrow. And Miss Dawn, I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. We're gonna have
what y'all doing tomorrow? What's going on here? Oh, never mind.
We have one-on-one time together.
Oh, that sounds like some mimosas.
Done. This is the year of implementation. Okay. I look forward to it, Miss Lisa.
I look
forward to it, Miss Tanika, and I look forward to it, Miss Dawn.
All right. So because I done kept you up all night, and girl, I know you got a husband, so I'm gonna let you know. But thank you for this, because you've actually helped me get over a hurdle tonight as well. So I so appreciate you. You have no idea.
Listen to me. When God opens doors, all you have to do is walk right through.
And don't doubt it. Yeah, don't doubt it.
Guys, I appreciate the connection. We were connected before, but I think sometimes it's when you are ready for the lesson, the teacher will appear. So when you're ready for implementation, God puts the people and situations and circumstances in your life to make sure those things happen. So I don't know if you're a believer or not, but at the end of the day, when you're ready, everything lines up. So guys, the year of implementation is here. Get it and get it done. I appreciate Miss Ashley for inviting me, the Miss Credit Solutionist, here on her channel. I'm definitely I look forward to working with you guys and making sure that you become a better version of yourself professionally. See you on the channel. And for those I'm working with individually, I will see you guys tomorrow. Guys, take care.
Oh, and let them know about your YouTube channel, where they can find you on YouTube.
You can find me on YouTube at youtube.com/Mentor Shelly. Have over 200 videos talking about different areas of careers, interviews, salary negotiation. I'm definitely putting out more content this year because this is the year of implementation. Ain't nothing to it but to do
it. All right. Mentor Shelly, I want you to stay on just for a second after we end the broadcast. I'm ending right now. Okay. All right, guys. I will see you guys on the next video. Once again, 48 hours. The link is in the description. 30 minutes with Mentor Shelly for free. Get that game. Improve your life. Q2. Let's get it. Credit Solutionist out.
All right.